Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. I just conveniently had a microphone placed underneath me, which I do at all times. How are you doing? You doing good? No? Me neither. The world economy is crashing, thousands of people are dying per day, I'm sweating, and J.K. Rowling still has a Twitter account. So, no, I don't think things are exactly good for me or you right now. But despite my sweating in this incredibly high temperature, I do actually have good news for you. You have now stumbled upon the iNabber book review show, in which we... What do you think we do? We review books. It's a book review show, you bloody numpty. And in today's book review show, we are going to be reviewing a book from world-renowned author Lilly Singh, with her book, How to Be a Bawse. How to Be a Bawse by Lilly Singh. Lilly Singh is an incredibly talented and well-known YouTuber, internet star, and recently she has stepped into the Hollywood world with her late-night television show, which went down to thunders of applause. So today, rather than my sweating, we are gonna review this book by Lilly Singh, and I can't get my tie off, but we're gonna review this book. So yeah, today we're gonna learn how to be a bawse. But before we get into that, I do just want to say this video is actually sponsored by Skillshare. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Now, if you're a regular to this channel, you will know full well that me and Skillshare, we go way back, because we've worked together multiple times in the past, because I do trust them as a service, but also Skillshare, you know, they basically got me through university with their courses, because without them, well, I'd probably still be a YouTuber. Without YouTube, I'd probably be a bit of a bum. But yeah, Skillshare is an online learning community that offers membership with meaning. With so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives, Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth and learn some new skills. Now, I've said this before, but Skillshare just offers so many different classes which can help you learn all of these new and wonderful things that you've never even heard of before. For example, Skillshare helped me learn how to code in Java, which is a pretty needful skill for me in university. And as I've mentioned before, I have used Grant Kinnaman's class, which taught me the basics of C#, because when I didn't go to my lectures, I needed to learn this stuff somewhere. And you know, it's basically a guide that helps you earn a lot of money. So why not? And if you're new to Skillshare, don't worry people, it is actually very affordable, especially when you compare it to real life classes and workshops. Skillshare is available for just $10 a month, where you can explore any of your passions and any skill you wish to learn. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click on this link right here, which is at the top of the description, you will get a free 2-month trials of premium membership so you can explore your creativity, and I have to say, that's a pretty good deal. In a world where conversation is becoming increasingly more important and so many people are having a voice to put out there in the world, your voice is more essential than ever. So go explore some classes, go learn some languages, do it by using Skillshare. All links are in the description. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this book, it's not exactly the worst thing ever created in the history of humanity. No, it's just another YouTuber book. And I know that it's not exactly a good endorsement when we have this, and this. At the end of the day, this book, it's just a little bit poo. That's all I can really say. It is going to be added to the collection of these lot. We're going to put it there. But for a little bit of leeway, this book did come out 3 or 4 years ago. So understandably, it's going to be a little bit more cringe than usual. But on this channel, we don't have a moral standpoint. So we're just going to review it anyway. Now, this book is basically a 50-step plan on how to be a boss. And we're not going to review the entire book. Hold on. We're not going to review the entire book in this one video. We're going to be dividing it up into 3 parts, because this book has a specific amount of chapters and it would just take hours and hours, and I do just love money and monetization, so we're going to put it into 3 parts. So the first part of this book is divided into 12 specific chapters, or a 12-step plan based on mastering your mind. And to be honest, this book could actually be a saving grace and possibly help me, because a lot of the time I do just question if I actually have a functioning brain, or even have a brain at all.
Why are we still here? suffering.
But yeah, let's get into it. Step 1. Play Nintendo. Ah, yes. The one key element to being a billionaire. The one key thing that all billionaires group together on a day-to-day basis and do, which is playing Super Smash Brothers.
Super Mario in real life.
Oh, Mr. Bezos, sir, we have a stockholders meeting at 3 PM today amongst the largest international stockholders of Amazon. Is that okay with you, sir? Well, I'm sorry to say, Gillian, but me, Mark and Bill, we've got some Mario Kart to play. We didn't get into this position without Nintendo, so no, I'm sorry to say, I won't be attending that matter. My sincerest apologies. But don't worry, love, we can sort it. I'll give you a little tip, ease your stress, $2 tip to your $4 an hour wage with no health benefits. I'm sure this can all work out. And I'm not particularly sure why Jeff Bezos has a stereotypical British accent from Eastern London, but I just think with somebody that bald of a head, most likely has that accent.
We've got to have money.
But yeah, getting away from Jeff Bezos' lovely, creamy, bald head, we go back to Lilly Singh. She gives us a nice little photo of her playing the Nintendo 64, because she's not like other girls. She doesn't want this PC gaming stuff, this Xbox One stuff, this PS5 stuff. I don't want that. I'm not like those regular millionaires. I got here by playing Nintendo. I'm different. Now, she starts off this page by letting us know that she is sweating, and to be honest, I can relate, because that's 27 degrees and I am fucking melting right now. Now, I imagine what she's doing in this statement here is she's retrospectively comparing real life to a video game. She's got obstacles and she needs to get past them. Obstacles in real life, obstacles in video games. I didn't correctly pronounce that word, but it makes sense. Mario, relatable. Mario, cute. So, add them together and you've got a guide to making millions. Yes, here it is. Video games are a great analogy for life. And to be honest, people, that's true. That is very true. When I'm feeling down in the dumps on a Thursday afternoon, you know what I do? I go rescue a kidnapped princess in a hellish castle in the middle of nowhere with flames surrounding me, stealing this princess from a demonoid dinosaur humanoid, and then I get home and I play some Nintendo. It's just a regular Thursday afternoon. Okay, now I am probably being a little bit too mean here. This analogy, it's fine, you know, video games, you've got goals which you need to press and achieve, and just like real life. But to be honest, if you need Mario to tell you that you need to achieve your goals, I am just gonna question your brain functionality. And then mysteriously, she puts in a quote which says, if you can't control people, then control your reaction to them. If you can't control a situation, then prepare for it. I'm not particularly too sure why Lilly Singh wants to control people. I mean, maybe this quote isn't from her and it's from Joseph Stalin, or maybe even Bowser. To be honest, I don't really know how this relates to playing Mario on the Nintendo 64. So do I think waking up at 4 PM every single day and then proceeding to play Super Mario for 7 hours a day is going to help me achieve the fame and success of somebody like Jeff Bezos? Probably. Maybe.
Absolutely fucking not.
Chapter 2. Conquer. Wait. Was that thing about a dictator actually not a joke? Oh, sorry, no, conquer your thoughts. And it starts off with this lovely little exercise saying,
touch your nose. No, I'm serious. I want you to stop reading this after this sentence and don't resume until you take your right hand and use it to touch the top of your nose.
Okay.
Look at you! What an impressive piece of machinery you are!
I touched my nose.
Do you know what you just did?
I touched my nose? You were introduced to a thought and decided to act on it. Your brain sent signals from your neurotransmitters through neurons in your body and into your arm, prompting it to move and touch your magnificent nose. Alright, Wait, fuck me, someone's been using Wikipedia. Now, jokes aside, this part of the 12-step process is probably the best part of the 12-step process. It basically explains how you should cast aside hatred placed towards you and not listen to that because you're a bigger and better person than the people basically hating on you. And I can't really lie with you here, Lily, you're probably a few steps ahead of me because if somebody was to comment on my video, Fraser, you look like you put on a few pounds, I'd probably lie in my bed for 6 months and not do anything and then gain 6 pounds. And then after this, she goes on to put a step-by-step guide on how to get over hatred and how to ignore it, and she calls these things cheat codes. Now, I can't lie, Lily, this is a lovely sentiment that you're putting out there, but to be honest, in my past, for example, when we went bankrupt and the debt collectors were smashing through our door and I said to them,
Oh, I'm 6 years old and I've not really got anywhere else to go, so could you not take away my bed? I don't want to go homeless.
and they turned to me and they said, piss off, you fat little runt. Cheat codes didn't really work in that situation. I'm still homeless to this day. I'm not really, I'm actually pretty good, but if you do still want to help me, you could subscribe to this YouTube channel because we're trying to get 600,000 subscribers. So if you want to subscribe right now, because I know 50% of you actually aren't subscribed, please subscribe right now. It would help a lot. Chapter 3. Be secretive. Oh, lovely. A whole chapter dedicated to tax evasion. Let's go, boys. My mum once told me, the more details people know about you, the weaker your bank account becomes, because the government actually tax influencers at a very high rate, so the best way to get around this is by not telling the government that you are employed. It doesn't say that. It just said it for funny, really. Okay. Now, Amazon's tax evasion aside here, people, I don't actually want to talk about this chapter, and not because of tax evasion, not because of secrecy, but because this chapter includes a little bit of conversation about Game of Thrones, and I can't do it. I cannot do it again. Please, please don't make me talk about Season 8. Please.
Danny kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet and
Euron's ships could be anywhere, or in more than one place. He'd be flying around the open seas alone.
Danny kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet and...
Chapter 4. Get uncomfortable. Lily, when you're this way, you always are. Moving on. Chapter 5. Have fewer emotions. We're about 3/4 way through this video and 3/4 way through this section in this book, and I am a little bit confused, I can't lie. We've got practical mentions of a dictator, of controlling people, being secretive, and now having less emotions? Rather than this being a guide to being successful, or dare I say a bawse, I think this is more of a guide on how to be a sociopathic dictator. When you need to get your hustle on, be driven by goals, not emotions. On a serious note, people, I actually think this is really poor advice. I think a lot of people have gotten far in the world by not acting on emotions, but to be honest, I think that's actually not a good way to go about things because you could just end up depressing yourself. You have to keep your emotions intact and balance them out. I think if you ignore your emotions just to get success, you're just going to become a miserable person. And sure, you may have extra money, and sure, you may not damage your career prospects, but are you really yourself if you're putting your emotions aside? And I know Lily's not saying to completely put your emotions aside, but even so, I don't really think this is a good message to put out to your young and impressionable audience. She even says in this, she's not suggesting you become machinical and turn off your heart, but she's suggesting that you train your brain to focus less on feelings and more on productivity. We are now studying brain writing. I thought this was going to be a nice little wholesome book being like, oh, you could be like me, I'm really successful, but now I feel like I'm signing up for an anarchist revolution. To be honest, this whole book does just seem to be the most generic life advice possible that you probably got from your school counselor in like year 9. Stay determined, work hard, do that extra bit, you're doing great. It's basically the equivalent to a gammon head's advice on mental health.
Oh, you're suffering with depression? Well, I've got an easy way to solve that, sunshine. Drink some water, go to the bloody gym, tidy your bedroom, and with these 3 steps, you'll never be depressed again.
It's just not that simple. And then she goes on to make chapters with something to do with GPS, overthinking, and exercising self-control. In this self-control chapter, she says self-control is one of the most important muscles a bawse can have. And again, this isn't exactly the worst advice in the world, but to be honest, it does just seem like she's gone to a blog to do with motivation and waking up early in the morning, taken that, written in her own words, put it in a book, and slapped a recommended retail price on it. I don't understand how this necessarily makes you a bawse. A bawse? What even is a bawse? I don't know. Jacket, come up with a definition, please.
A bawse is someone who has completely derived themselves of basic human functions in an attempt to transform into a strong dictator-like figure, often compared to the likes of figures such as Joseph Stalin. I am a bawse. You should follow my Twitter.
I don't know what he put there, but I hope it's okay. Part 10. Don't survive. I mean, this is getting really dark now. This is getting really dark. You're telling me to control my emotions and prioritize productivity, and now don't survive. What is this? Take a look around. Are you in the middle of the ocean? Don't think so. Did your ship just sink? No. If you're unsure, please check to determine if you recently boarded the Titanic. No. No, I didn't do that. Earlier in my life, I didn't know the difference between surviving and conquering. I didn't think it mattered how I completed the task, as long as I achieved what I needed to achieve. To be honest, I think that's perfectly fine. If you achieve something that you wanted to achieve for a long time, it doesn't matter how long it took you, it doesn't matter how many years it took you to get there, how many years it took you to learn a language, maybe lose some weight, put on some weight. It doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you did it and you got what you really wanted to achieve, that's fine. Doesn't say that. That's my advice. But yeah, she then says, it wasn't until I went on my first tour that I learned what a difference it can make, not to just do something to get by, but to do something to make a statement. I mean, yeah, that's so true. Why did I not think of that before? You know, the next time I go on tour in front of thousands of people in a packed venue and present a massive show, I'll also do the same. Just remember, guys, when you're about to take in your $1 million check, which we all earn, and when you're about to sign on to your late night television show, which we all do, and when you're about to release your book to millions of fans, which we all do, just remember, people, just remember, you got there from conquering and playing Nintendo 64. Just remember that, guys, because that's the way to success. Chapter 11. Be in love. Skip that one. None of you fuckers are doing that. Wait, actually, no. Isn't this just a direct contradiction to step 5 about having fewer emotions? I feel like love is probably the most distracting emotion there is. And now you're telling me to have it, but not have it? What do you really want, Lily? I know what I want. My fucking money back. The final chapter, chapter 12. The chapter that will give us the key to success, the key to controlling our mind, to getting into Hollywood, to earning millions of dollars. Chapter 12. Sell your soul to the devil. Chapter 12. Pause. Now we've reached the final part of this book, and to be honest, I don't think I feel like any much more of a bawse than I did before making this video. In fact, I feel like I'm less of a bawse. I don't even know what that means. I was going to say the F word, but I refrained. Maybe I am actually learning. Maybe that's self-control. I need to play some Nintendo 64. So yeah, would I read this book if I wanted to become a businessman, a successful millionaire? Fuck no, I'd just go to business school. I've sat down for a week now reading this book, and to be honest, it was a less enjoyable experience than watching her late night television show, and that says a lot. But at least on that show, there were some good moments, some jokes. All I've learned from this is how to become a dictator. Nothing more. To conclude this video, I am looking forward to reading the final 2 parts of this book. For the second video, get this video to 30,000 likes and I will upload it, probably next week, Probably next Saturday or Friday. Let's find out. All I've really learned from this book is that Lilly Singh may be a big fan of the Russian Revolution without us possibly knowing. She enjoys the act of rewiring the brain, and also she loves a good old bit of Nintendo. But what did you guys think of this book? Did you enjoy it? Did you appreciate it? Did you learn anything? Let me know in the comment section because I would really appreciate it. And before you go, please subscribe, please like the video, go follow my socials, iNabber69 at Twitter, iNabber on Instagram, and also join the Discord server, join the Minecraft server. I understand that this was a really long video, or which I imagine so, actually, I'm not editing it right now, but I think this video was long. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, people. Take it easy, and yeah, see you later.